we have a special program called Impact Making a Difference. I am here with a special guest. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself to the audience.
Thank you so much, Brahim. It's always such a pleasure being here with you. My name is Faith Greaves, and I am a community activist, a community a worker in my own rights, a servant for the betterment of our community. So I run a nonprofit organization, Messiah's Women's Network Society, and the objective of the organization is to empower Africans, Canadians, and Caribbean women, children, youth, seniors, and families through life and social skills, art, culture, sports, and socioeconomics. We also added recently, due to COVID, a food bank, which is very busy. We support at least 600 families weekly with our larger population of seniors. They're the shut ins, they're the ones that need the support, and we have other members. Right now, we also have about 8 or 9 churches that came on board because they too need the support. Their members need the support. Since COVID, groceries is just skyrocketed high.
Yeah.
Even when you're working, you still need that extra because of the cost of living. And where do we turn? So the food bank keeps us busy. It keeps us connected with the community. It keeps us also informed as to what's going on, and we build relationship as well. I also have a business center, and the business center is a for-profit. It's a shared space where we bring communities together, business people, entrepreneurs, companies that are downsizing that need a space to do great work. So we support that. We rent office spaces, boardroom, training room, event space. So I'm very busy within the community, very much involved. It's a part of my life. I can't take myself out of it. So I'm more so a servant. And I like that role because when you can impact someone's life and make a difference for that person, it makes a difference. You feel that you accomplish a goal, a purpose. Your purpose on earth is not one where you are not sure as to why you're here. What is my goal?
Mm.
What is it? What legacy am I leaving behind? So being completely involved in community in all aspect makes a huge difference. I also ran for city council when I was living in Calgary in 2016, which was a great opportunity. It was a great opportunity because you understand more so about the political arena, what is required, and how too you can help community, how too you can make a difference in connecting with key people that can help make the community move forward.
Oh wow, that's an extensive resume that you got there. You're highly involved in the community, and this is exactly the type of public figures we want to see. We want to see leaders going out there in the trenches, making an impact with the food bank, and you're all over the place, and which is good. So, what do you hope to do in the future with what you're doing currently?
Well, with currently, we want to expand, especially with the food bank. We want to have a space because we are actually have outgrown the space that we're in,
Mm,
where we'll have more access to food, more donor giving us food,
mm,
and also connecting with community, more community people, which include government official, because when they see the need, it makes a difference.
mm.
So that's one thing we want to grow. We also want to have an online presence with the business center, the nonprofit. We're looking at doing a number of programs. We see a lot of newcomers coming in and they're displaced, students displaced. How do we fix that problem within our community?
There are challenges in our community, and I'm pretty sure you have faced them. So, if you can tell the audience, what are the challenges you find in your community?
Which communities that are we speaking about
I mean, the
specifically?
community that you're serving in, because I
Oh,
know, yeah, the Black African Caribbean community,
okay.
yeah, the community you're serving in.
I like when we're real. I like it.
Yes,
I like it
yes.
when we keep it real because as a community worker, activist in our Black community, there's so much more that we can do. we tend to not deal with the issues that we face. We brush things under the carpet. But I want to be real tonight. I
Yes,
want to be
yes.
real with you.
Yeah.
So, some of the issues that we experience within our own communities is that we are not a community. And when I say that, I don't want people to take this offensively, but I want us to start looking at the reality. Look at other communities, how they've grown and they've evolved and they've expanded. We are basically not growing in the way in which we should because our efforts to collaborate, our efforts to see each other as my brother or my sister, or we're working on this project individually. Can we not work collectively? Can we not pull our resources together? Can we not make a difference when we see our children? Because it shouldn't be just, it's my child. It should be our child, our children. How can we help them to be successful collectively? That is what we should be doing. So when you can establish and understand what is a community, it's a
Yes.
village of people who take care of each other and expand that work. So when we start realizing that it's not just about me, it's about we, it's about us, it's about them. When we can look at it from that angle and take ourselves out of that limelight of being, it's about me and the ego, and start looking at humanity and humanity coming in from our people, what we need to, because we know, yes, we're resilient people, but in order for us to be that community of successful people, we need to start giving more of ourselves, working collectively, collaborating on projects. How can I help you? Make a difference. Get into the grassroots and see what they're doing, because that is the only way we can consider ourselves a community for others to respect us.
So are you saying that we don't have an established community, or well, we do have a community, but it's broken, or we're not working together?
I love it what you said. We are broken and we're not working together. That's the sheer reality. As I said, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything tonight. I just want us to start taking off the mask and start being real to our people, being real to our community, because we as a people, we're trend setters. Everybody imitate, mimic what we do and make it better for their community. Why is it that we have a problem of not coming together and making that impact great?
What are the opportunities you find in your community that we need to capitalize in?
Well, one of the great opportunities are youth. They need support, they need help, and they are also young people that will listen. They want to know that you're passionate and you care about them. So it's time for us to mold and groom them and help them to get to their success, because they are the generation of the future. So that is a positive outlook. We have some organization, don't get me wrong, that do work together. So we need to do more collaboration. Once we do the duplication, others will follow. And then, yes, we will have stronger, better, more resilient communities. So there's a lot of good things happening, but we also have to look at what we need to work at for us to be better. Let's see, the churches need to be more of a body of collective, because at one point the churches were the foundation in the community. Now people are fleeing, doing what they want to do. There's no guidance, there's no support. So we need to be grounded once again. And also the positive families that we have in the community. Let's start sharing. Let's help families who need help too. Single mothers, single fathers, families too in general that just need help. So there's a lot of great things, but we need to also mend the areas that need to be mended. And we can say, yes, we have a solid community.
You are pretty much speaking based on experience, and I believe that's what our community needs to see. Somebody who's actually actively involved, and they're here to share with us what needs to be done. And like you said, there's so much work that needs to be done, and the goal is to get everybody involved. And one of the opportunities that you highlighted is the church coming together, and also the focus on the youths. Thanks for
Absolutely.
sharing that.
Thank you.
Um, What are some methods you have used to successfully boost engagement within your community?
Well, I enjoy speaking to people. I am not afraid to talk to folks. I'm not afraid to let them know what's happening in the community. Networking is key for us to really understand the need as to why we need to connect with people. Information being shared, and this information is being shared through various media platform that we have. We have our social media. The message must be positive, as well as the leaders that are doing the work in the community that share the same values as yourself. So this is how information is being shared. This is how we get things done. And also, I'm the kind of person who let's get it done. So I'm going to use a word that I'm very demanding. Yes, to get things done, because I know we can make some great things happen. But sometimes you literally have to motivate people. You have to push them to get out of their own comfort zone for them to see the bigger picture as to what it is that we're doing within the community. So this is a part of my personality. I'm very assertive. So assertive, wanting to get it done. Let's make it happen. I am the type of person will put my all into things, and I don't take no for an answer. I'm on you, and I'm on myself. I don't deal with mediocrity. Let's get it done, and we're gonna get it done, and that's the mindset. So when you are that form of a person or have that personality to want to get things done, and you're committed, it makes a difference. You've got to be committed to the mission, to the vision, to the purpose. I can't let people wait around for me or wonder what's happening. If you're going to expect them to follow you, you have to lead from the front, behind, and the sides. You have to let them see that what you're asking them to do, you are also involved and you know how to do it. So I get into it. I get dirty. I get to the bottom of things to make sure things are happening on a larger scale.
Wow, that's really an insightful engagement, as you said. What do you think makes a strong community?
Community is based on people. A community doesn't stand on its own without the mindset of great people working together for a common cause. What is it that our community need? How we're going to work it, how we're going to make it happen. Who are the people that we need to challenge what we're doing so we get what we need? If you and I are just talking about our community and there's no solution, it doesn't make sense. So we have to have people there that will be able to assist in the game change of the community, changing the mindset of the people. So it's a matter of action. It's a matter of doing. A great community is when you see people flourishing, people feeling a sense of belonging, a place where they know this is my safe haven. These are the people that I call family. And it doesn't mean that you're family by blood. It means that you're family because of what you represent, who you are, what you're willing to do for others. You become an adaptive brother, sister, aunt, uncle, so forth. So a vibrant community requires people who share values, principle, and they want the very best for that area that they call home or community.
What advice would you give to some of the members in the community, young people, older folks, for them to get involved? Because people we tend to leave it to few people to make the difference, and sometimes we feel like, well, I can. There's nothing I can do. I cannot contribute. So, what advice would you give to people with regards to the importance and impact of making a difference in whatever capacity?
So it takes a lot, but you have to get out of your comfort zone. You know, I remember one writer says, you got to be comfortable yet uncomfortable. If you want change to occur, you have to be a part of it. Don't just be talking about it. What are you willing to do? So it's not about someone else making a difference. What difference can you make? What can you bring to the table? Right? What can you bring to the table to make a difference? How involved will you be? What sacrifice will you make to be a part of that table of decision making? So in order for this to occur, you have to be involved. Don't expect someone else to do what you want to do and not be a part of it. Be involved, be a part of it, make a difference, give it your all. You know, then you've tried. But just sitting on the fence or on the sideline, it doesn't work. It doesn't count. So we have to get out of our comfort zone. And
Yeah.
we need to acknowledge and recognize people's skills and talent as to what they're capable of doing, how they can also enhance a project we're working on, and acknowledging them for the little or the lot that they do. Let them know how much you appreciate it. Because once a man is acknowledged, he will move mountain. But if you keep taking advantage and not showing genuine appreciation, he's running away.
And I believe that African Caribbean blacks have made a difference in Canada. And what do you think Canada should do with regards to the impact that African Caribbean blacks are making?
Well, number one, it's our responsibility to ensure that Canada recognize us in regards to who we are. We don't expect them to give us anything on a platter. It's for us to demand what it is that we need. And this is why it's important for us to be a community, because you cannot demand what you need or want if there's no community. The black community has done a lot in regards to developing Canada. When you think about slavery, it existed here as well. And we will never be paid. But can we request land, equity? But not until we come together. Right now, we are at the stage of the 10 years for the decades of the descendants of Africans, which was acknowledged through the UN Declaration in 2015, and it expires in I think it's December 2024. What our prime minister have done is extended for another 3 years, so 2028. But at the end of the day, what are we getting in reference to those 3 years? They have actually pumped in $860 million in the black community during that period. So it's from 2018 to 2024. But what more is needed? What do we need? We need buildings. We need land. They will never be able to pay the black community on a whole the atrocities that our foreparents have gone through. They would never be able to. They will go bankrupt. And that's our sheer reality. We are no different than the indigenous people. We have been abused just like them. But when it comes to representation and leadership within our community, there is a backwards approach. When we are a community, then we can start demanding what we need. It can't be a one person demanding. It will never work. It has to be a collective voice, a one voice. So African, Caribbean people, one. So at the end of the day, our ancestors, where are they coming from? Africa, we're one people.
Yes.
So we have to first and foremost start working together as one people, having a one voice system, but coming together. Because let me say this to you, when we come together, nobody can stop us. We're unshakable, unmovable. And it shouldn't be just about one group, but all, because there's a oneness amongst us. We cannot be and continue to be black and invisible. We have to change that paradigm, and it start with us. So Canada, yes, it owes us like the rest of the world, but not until we recognize what we need to do. We will never be compensated, and our compensation will never be the physical dollar. It has to be land. And that's what we need to understand, because with land, there's equity. And that's what the legacy that you will leave for the children of tomorrow, our children.
Wow. Thank you so much, Madam Faith, to hear your passion, your compassion towards our community and the things that you're doing. It's a privilege to have such a person like you. So keep up the good work.
Thank you.
That's a wrap. Thank you very much.